Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here with my co-host Kenny Marner. Kenny, how you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Still got a little bit of that cold from last week, but hopefully I'm on the mend now. How about you?
I don't have a cold. I don't know what's going on, but it started a week and a half ago, and my voice is getting worse.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm losing it, so I'm going to try to. Sorry for the irritation if it irritates you, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to plow through here, but yeah, got my voice problem. But other than that, I'm doing okay.
Good.
So let's kick this off with the state championships in football that happened
Okay.
last week,
Sounds good.
and I'm sure PIAA. Well, they still got the attendance, but you don't want to see blowouts. Unfortunately, every game but one was a blowout.
Mm.
Every game. And five of your six returning state champions repeated as state champions.
Hmm.
So here we go.
All
And
right.
single A, Steelton High Spire won again. They crushed Fort Cherry 42-8.
Jeez.
2A, here we go. State championship number 14, Southern Columbia in the only close game, 21-20 over Westinghouse.
Mm.
Yeah, they got it in, at the and almost at the end of regulation.
Mm.
That was the only one that was a repeat of last year's finals, Southern and Westinghouse. And then in 3A, Bell Vernon won 38-7 over Northwestern Lehigh. Class 4A, returning state champ Bishop McDevitt was knocked off in the semifinals by Dallas. Only their magic ran out. They lost to Aliquippa, last year's state runner-up, 60-14.
Wow. That
Yeah.
was quite a run for him, though.
Yes, it was. It was their first time ever in the state finals in football.
Hmm.
And in 5A, Imhotep Charter repeated. They won 38-13 over Peters Township. And finally, in 6A, for the sixth straight year, St. Joseph's Prep 45-23 over North Allegheny.
Hmm.
So pretty much what everybody thought would happen. Because, even in the Aliquippa thing where McDevitt didn't get back, Aliquippa was the number 2 team all year behind McDevitt.
Mm.
So no really surprises in the state championship games. But, just wanted to give those guys credit for what they did, the end of the football season, state champions. And, it's weird. I've always wondered how do you get certain teams? I guess it's just the tradition that they're good in certain sports year after year after year. But then in other sports, not that great.
Right. Yeah.
So we go to all right. We're gonna shift a lot here. High school to pro, college, all that good stuff.
Okay.
What are they going to do about Draymond Green?
Wow. I don't
This
know.
dude is punching people in the face. I don't care about that lame excuse he said. Well, I was trying to get a foul. I was acting to get a foul and it was an accident. He still popped Nurkic right in the face.
Well, if you remember just a week or so ago, he put another guy in a headlock.
Yeah.
So, come on.
He's becoming the Mike Tyson of NBA. I'm just going to, Tyson bit your ear. He's just going to punch you in the face.
And he also has a little bit of Rodman in him before they tamed him in Chicago. Rodman was getting that way. He was out of control a lot of times if you watched him play. But nothing is bad. What's going to end up happening is he's going to have a Kermit Washington moment where he's going to just hit Rudy Tomjanovich like they did back in the 70s.
Yeah, Spencer Haywood ended his career, almost killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Rudy. he got slammed right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And it was bad. He had brain fluid leaking.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a hard hit. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's soon going to come down where they better suspend him for the year.
Oh, exactly.
If he keeps it up.
Because he's taunting them, really. You know, yeah, I'll take a couple days off,
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing wrong, but I'll take a couple days off.
Yeah, got to do something about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting dangerous out there. Basketball is not to be if you want to hit people in the face, get into MMA or boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be basketball. My Rockets are 11-9.
Not bad.
After all that crap for 3-4 straight years of losing, they have all these draft picks, and they got Van Vliet and Brooks in free agency. I like it. I like it.
Van Vliet's a good piece of the puzzle right there.
You bet. Nice point guard. Now I got to get something that's pissing me off. The transfer portal is pissing me off. Like I said before, you're talking about free agency in college sports, and I hate it. There was over 1,200 kids jumped in the transfer portal this year.
Wow.
In football, 1,200. And tell me, doing this back in the days of Bear Bryant and them, would you ever hear a coach saying this? Matt Rule, the coach in Nebraska, goes, well, you got to have about $1 million or $2 million to get a quarterback now. What?
That's crazy.
This is supposed to be amateurs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing that. These universities in the portal are paying kids $1 to $2 million to come.
Well, have you heard the latest on Harrison from Ohio State? They actually are trying to pay him to stay in college another year so he could bring them a national championship, and they are talking somewhat between 25 to 26 million for the 1 year.
What?
Mm-hmm. Marvin Harrison Jr. They're trying to bet him down.
Do you remember in the days I mean, if you're looking what they're doing now, what SMU did was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
This is, by normal college rules, should be illegal. I mean, SMU got the death penalty for paying Eric Dickerson and Craig James to come there and giving him a Trans Am.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous.
Well, Reggie Bush lost his Heisman over it.
Yeah.
He played.
I was reading that Riley Leonard left Duke for Notre Dame. And they gave him like $1.5 million.
Wow.
It's not, I don't want to hear these guys, any of them anymore, say, well, this is about education. This isn't about education. This isn't about education at all. If kids can hop wherever they go, as long as money's thrown around, how is it education? Exactly. This is about fucking football. I'm going to swear. It's about football. That's it. And then, do you know who suffers? The non-scholarship, non-athletic kids that tuition keeps going up through the roof because they're paying these damn football players and basketball players now.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
And you know it's only going to get worse. It ain't going to get any better.
Right, and it's creating spoiled, pampered little babies. Dante Moore mentioned it last week, UCLA, 5-star recruit. and we don't get many of them at the Bruins. One year he got benched, and now he entered the transfer portal because he thought he should be the starter, even though he threw like in 3 games he threw like 7 or 8 interceptions. Well, hey, maybe you're not ready to play college out of high school, buddy. But no, they don't want to set anymore and learn. It's like, if I can't freaking start right now, I'm out of here.
The patience is going out of these players.
So nobody has remember how it used to be? Nobody has a right now to go, as a player, that coach is selfish. He left me to go somewhere else. Because they're doing the same damn thing that they used to bitch the coaches about. I want to see the end of this. This is ruining college football.
Oh, yeah.
It's ruining it. This transfer crap.
Well, how long do you think before we see player unions in college?
Oh, it's coming. But I mean, it's like they're going to be have their own. Well, they probably already do have agents, their own agents already. But I don't want to. I think it's disgusting. I cannot stand it that it's made college football free agents. It's not college anymore. This is minor league pro ball.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
Since they're paying them. And I don't like it. I have 2 other reasons. One, that it takes away coaching in a way. Because now if you get guys in the portal, you can start winning right away. Doesn't mean you're a good damn coach. Means you got great players there. You don't even have to be good at recruiting anymore. It's just, okay, we'll get them in the portal. Like, look at these teams, even though they got screwed out. Look at Florida State. They got half their starters through the transfer portal, and they were undefeated. It's that's one part of it that I don't. That's another part of it that I don't like. It makes it. You don't really have to. Yeah, you have to coach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they can all do it on their own, but it makes it pretty damn easy if you got all this talent around you to start winning.
And if a kid has a year of someone already coaching him up and getting him out there for another team, and he goes for another one, you've got a year of experience right there. Just as soon as they come through that portal.
And the other thing I hate about it is there's kids that have committed to that school recruiting that signed and went there, and now overnight they're losing their positions to transfers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just horse shit. It's horse crap. I don't like it at all.
No.
And now Ohio State, you talk about the portal can help you and it can also bite you in the ass. They were shot. Kyle McCord went into the portal, and he may take Julian Fleming with him.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. See, somehow I give him credit. Harbaugh got the Michigan kids to stay. They're a veteran team, and they're Michigan recruits. But, it's just, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? And now you have to be good at working the portal. If you're not, look what Penn State did. They went and got that Cephas kid in the portal, and he was garbage for them this year. He had what did he have? 70-some catches at Ball State. And I think he had 29 at Penn State?
Yeah, you hardly ever heard his name being called.
No. So, and 42 damn bowls and all this stuff. At least next year there'll be a playoff. That's about the only good thing about it. you'll have 12 teams instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes the other thing it's good about is it makes conference play important.
Yes.
Because automatic bid if you win the conference.
And aren't most of these teams going to a full conference schedule from day one?
Yeah, these super conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the automatic bids are gonna the Big Ten, the Big 12, the SEC, the ACC. It was going to be the Pac-12, but since they dissolved, it's going to be the All-American Conference.
Mm.
They are going to get an automatic bid. And then it's 7 at-large teams based on rankings, where they're at. All right. I got another one. Switch gears to Penn State wrestling.
Okay.
They crushed Hofstra. They did lose Shane Van Ness for the year at 149, which sucks. He was number 2 in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to miss a beat. Tyler Kasich of Bethlehem Catholic came in. He's a true freshman. But the thing I think it's going to do, which, everybody was talking, Penn State might break the record for most points at NCAAs. Iowa has it at 170. With the situation at 125, it's really unknown who Howard or Steen or is it Davis, and with Van Ness being out, I don't know. I don't think they'll break the record now. They're still going to win it,
mm-hmm.
but I don't think they'll break the record.
Mm.
But it's the season so far is not too bad. I mean, it's. You have parity coming into college wrestling, except for Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It used to be when I was a punk kid. It was like Penn State was decent, but
mm-hmm.
it was basically Iowa, Iowa State, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Iowa and Oklahoma, those states. Now there's parity. I don't know if you saw it. I know you're not a big wrestling fan, but Pitt upset Ohio State last week in wrestling.
I did hear about that. How big of an upset would that be? I mean,
big, huge. Glad you asked. Ohio State came in number 5 in the nation. Pitt was, I believe, 21 or something around there. It was the first time in a long time that Pitt has beaten a top 5 team. It might be, I'd have to go back and check. It might be the first time they've ever beaten a top 5 team.
Wow.
So, and they're really coming on. And it shows you the parity. For a while then, it was, I talked about when I was growing up, Iowa State, Oklahoma mm-hmm. State. Then it became just basically Penn State and Iowa. And now it's parity, except for the Nittany Lions. You've got Penn State, and then you've got everybody else. You got Ohio State, you got Cornell, Iowa, Pitt there upsetting Ohio State. Like I said, NC State is doing great. In there's Intermat poll, there's National Wrestling Collegiate Association, there's Win. I think in Win, NC State's ranked 2nd in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's impressive.
Yeah. But it was a pretty cool. I watched that match and I was like, cheering Pitt on. It's nice to see what they're doing. Mm-hmm. The other one is, did you see today, Bo Bassett, the kid from Bishop McCourt, who's a stud? Mm-hmm. He's won 2 college tournaments this year, and he's a sophomore in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Bassett said, he teased it a couple days before on X. I'm still trying to get used to calling it X instead of Twitter. And he said, I'm going to announce my choices soon. You know how kids go, these are my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's waiting to see who his top 5 or whatever is going to be. And he posted a picture of himself and then the logos of like 50 college.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And he said something like, I'm going to keep my options open for everybody. I thought that was pretty cool.
It is, yes.
But the front runners for him are Penn State already.
Wow.
Speaking of wrestling, King of the Mountain for our local people, one of the top in-season tournaments in the state in high school wrestling. King of the Mountain is this Friday and Saturday up at Mill Hall at Central Mountain High School. I will be covering it for Mr. Varner and his hometown sports.
Yes.
And no, but it's like 31 teams. Great stuff there. Some of the top teams, Chambersburg's there, Central Mountain, obviously they're hosting it. Tanner McMillan coming up from the Pittsburgh area, Bald Eagle area, Cumberland Valley, Greater Latrobe, Mifflin County. Shaler is coming up out of District 7. State College has got their hammers. Williamsport. I mean, going to be great wrestling there. Central Mountain's going to be the favorite. Mm-hmm. If you're going by ranked teams, they will be the favorite. Chestnut Ridge at AA is pretty damn good too, but going to be a lot of fun. Bald Eagle Bellefonte's there in Mifflin County. That's why we are covering it.
Central Mountain, one of their best guys is out right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be back for this or not. Dalton Perry, state champ 2 years ago, 3rd place last year. He has an injured hand. I don't know. All I heard was injured hand. I don't know if it's broken or not. But Tom Elling told me he has an injured hand. He will. He might be there. Who knows if he's ready to wrestle or not? If not, they're still good. Central Mountain, they've got. Counting him, they have 7 kids that are state ranked. They're going to be the favorite, but it's going to be fun wrestling. A lot of great competition, ranked kids everywhere meeting each other. And our locals are Bald Eagle area, Bellefonte State College, and Mifflin County are going to be there. So if you can get a chance, go see it. It's fun. I've covered it. As a sports writer and as a broadcaster, and it's always fun to go up there.
Those early rounds, don't they get a little like confusing? We got so many things going on at one time. It's just like, I know when I first went up, it was really overwhelming. Yeah. The amount of activity going on early.
Yeah, it's better to be a reporter. Honestly, because you can go down to the mat and sit there. Mm-hmm. If you are in radio, we did it twice on Big Louie. It is a bitch because where they set you, there's like 8 mats and you can see 4. The other 4, you have no idea what's going on. None. Don't even know if your kids from your teams you're covering are even wrestling. You basically wait until the results are posted, but you miss out broadcasting some of the kids. So yeah, that's a pain in the ass to do it as a broadcaster. It's better as a reporter. I have a lot of good memories up there, Central Mountain. The Higleys, and saw a lot of great wrestling from not only Mifflin County but all these other teams that show up. It's good competition, and I have a bad memory of that place though. It's where I didn't know what it was at first, but I had my first incident, which turned out to be neuropathy. I was coming in to the gym to cover it, and all of a sudden tripped over my own feet and fell.
Oh, wow.
And had no idea why I fell.
Mm.
I just lost it. Lost my balance. That was the beginning of my nice little
Oh, jeez.
neuropathy adventure. Because then, right after that same year, in Altoona districts is when I fell going into the school and couldn't get up,
Oh.
and that was scary. How about that? How about that bringing the conversation down?
Boy, wow.
What a buzz killer I am. No, but I got a lot of good memories of King of the Mountain. And really, if you can get up there, go do it, man. It's so much fun. You've covered it, haven't you?
Yeah. A couple times for the Lock Haven Express.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It can get confusing if you're not a really huge diehard nutty fan like myself. It can get confusing because the gym's crowded, all the mats going on at the same time.
Well, what I thought was cool was whenever I went up there, people knew I wasn't a wrestling guy, and I must have had a look of fear on my face. A couple guys came up and asked me if I needed help with anything, and helped me guide me through the first couple rounds until I got myself to where I felt like I was comfortable. But it's amazing how people up there, the wrestling people, were so willing to help, and really good people up there.
Oh yeah, wrestling people. It's a family. It's cool. And if you don't know it, they want you to learn it so you'll enjoy the sport and promote it and that. And yeah, they'll help you if you don't know. Because I mean, we do. I understand where if you haven't been exposed to it for a while, how do you score this? What is going on here? Why is he getting these, back points and all this stuff? And and wrestling, they changed the rules quite a bit, so you can get used to something and then bang, it changes on you. Like for college, it's just second nature. It used to be when a guy is getting the takedown and the ref hasn't awarded it yet, you'd go 2. Now it's 3. Now it's 3 points. And I've watched wrestling on TV, like with Pitt and that. Every time there was a takedown, they'd go 2. The fans. They were even confused. No, it's 3 now in college for a takedown. Because there's not, I think why it gets confusing for some people that aren't into it is that there's college and high school have different rules and different scoring. There's no stalling in high school. High school has a 2 and 3 point near fall. College has 2, 3, and 4 point near falls. And now the takedowns, they used to be the same. 2, but now it's 2 in high school, 3 in college.
Do they still have the ride time in college?
Yes. Which I love. I would love to see that here in high school, but it would be a little bit difficult. You'd have to change all the clocks and stuff. The one thing I would like to see that they have in freestyle, and I'd like to see that in college and high school. If you're going off the mat it's to keep people from stalling. In freestyle, if you're pushed off the mat or if you go off the mat, your opponent gets a point. I'd love to see that in high school and college. Because, I mean, I'll give you an example. In regionals in Trent's senior year, Trent Hidley, he went against Dejon Castro of Erie McDowell. And Castro wrestled the entire match at the edge of the mat. And never got called for stalling. Trent beat him, of course, but it was closer than what it should have been. Every time Trent would shoot, he would just step off the mat. So he didn't get taken down. Now, he eventually got called for stalling, but the match was almost over. and Trent won 5-3. And people who weren't there were coming up to me going, "Oh my God, he gave Trent a battle." I'm like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. All his points were escapes, and he wrestled at the edge of the mat so he could step off. And that would completely end if they would put that rule in high school and college, because every time Castro would step off, it would have been a point for Trent. Great stuff that they have in freestyle. It's called the step out, and I would love to see it enforced, put into the rules in high school and college. That one you could do easy. It's pretty basic, black and white. You step off the mat, your opponent gets a point.
It'd be like more forcing them to
action.
Learn it on,
yes. And it changes a lot of strategy too. There's guys, if they're at the edge of the mat, their opponent will push them, try to push them off so they can get the point. So there's always action going on. I like it, They have to go, basically they have to stay in the center of the mat where they should be instead of trying to duck out. One other thing, and then I'll get off of wrestling. For our wrestling fans, if you watch the Iron Man tournament in Ohio, it's considered the toughest high school wrestling tournament in the United States. And we had Luke Lillidahl wrestle Jax Forrest. Right? Lillidahl was number 1 in the country, senior, going to Penn State. I think Forrest moved up. Forrest was number 1 at 120 as a sophomore in high school for Bishop McCourt here in PA. Lillidahl beat him 2-1 in the finals. And Kenny, honest to God, man, it was the most exciting 2-1 wrestling match I've ever seen.
Really?
You hear the score and you think, oh my God, that must have been boring. They were shooting at each other, the scrambles, how they got out of some of the shots. It was totally amazing, buddy. Everybody who likes wrestling, if they haven't seen it, and if you're a member of Flow, go on and watch the replay, and you'll be going, oh my God. I mean, what a match. What a match. And Lillidahl won it because the ref, which he did do, the ref said Forrest fleed the mat on a shot. Lillidahl, you can get a point for that. Lillidahl got in on him on a single, and Forrest basically pulled Lillidahl with him off the mat, and they got him for fleeing, and that was a point. And that's how Lillidahl won.
Wow.
But it was like they were shooting at each other like crazy. They weren't being lazy and stalling. They were shooting and shooting and shooting. It's like, what a match. What a match. That's for old timers out there that are listening wrestling. It reminded me, state finals, John Likens of Bethlehem Catholic and Bob Truby of Trinity. I forget. Oh my God. I think it was 89 maybe. If I'm wrong in the year, I'm sorry. The match was Truby 1-0. Okay? And it was amazing. Just like that. Shooting and countering. It was like an amazing 1-0 match. They were both returning state champs, and they met each other. It was brilliant.
Wow.
And this one last weekend reminded me of that. I've watched the match about 5 times. It's just so damn good.
Instant classic.
Instant classic, you bet. And Lillidahl, oh my God, Penn State got a good one. He's going to be there next year. Yeah. The rich get richer, buddy. All right. I have to bring it up now. We'll switch gears again.
Okay.
Is any human being worth $700 million?
No.
Shohei Ohtani, if people don't know, the Dodgers gave him a 10-year, $700 million deal. I'll repeat. 10 years, $700 million. To show you, Kenny, how far off that is, I read this in The Athletic. From any other contract, the richest contract in pro sports until this was Patrick Mahomes, $425 million. Ohtani crushed it. Well, $700 million.
Did you hear the stipulations of it too?
Yes. What he did deserves a lot of credit, though.
Very smart.
How many of these selfish athletes would do it? Did you want to explain it? What he did?
Well,
to the people.
Yeah, he deferred most of his money to the back end of the contract, and has payments of so much that'll last him to 2046.
Yes,
he'll be getting paid for that.
What he did, he's only going to get paid for these 10 years, $2 million a year. After the 10 years are up, even if he's with another team or he retires, which will most likely be retired in 10 years, the Dodgers will pay him $68 million a year. But the part I want to get at is I'm not going to say these ridiculous damn contracts. Hey, if they'd offer it to me, if they'd offer it to any of us listening here, would we go, no, it's ridiculous? No, we wouldn't. But where he showed class, the $2 million they're going to pay him allows the Dodgers to go get other free agents. To keep the team competitive instead of him sucking all the money out of the team. I thought that was amazing that he did that. Because he wants to be a winner. He wasn't being a winner with the Angels.
No, he was forgotten about there pretty much. I mean, for like playoffs and stuff. I don't think they even got close with him and Mike Trout.
Yeah, and think about this. He's getting that money this year, and he's not even going to pitch.
Yeah.
He's not pitching this year because of the elbow injury. He's not gonna pitch for 2 years. So he's just even though his bat will be enough. But I thought that was cool. It's like, no, I want us to build a winner, so you can pay me $2 million and I'll take $68 million for after I retire for the next 10 years.
Well, I understand he's getting in just promotions and stuff from off the field, like endorsements and stuff. He's averaging $45 million a year.
Yeah,
and that's going to rise and being in the LA market.
Oh yeah,
for a Dodger team. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were saying this deal, with the advertising, with the advertising he's going to do, is the sponsorships he's going to do. It could be he could probably earn $1 billion here. He'll be like Jordan and Lemieux and them and Magic Johnson and own teams. How about it? Magic's the one that's really going nuts.
Oh yeah.
Lakers. Now he's part owner of the Washington Commanders. Hell. Makes you wonder, huh? Poor Ted Williams, man, made his most he ever made in 1 year was $60,000. 60,000, and I mean that's just Ohtani. And then Juan Soto got traded again.
Yeah, back to New York this time, right?
Yeah, the Yankees are going to pay him a pile. I was so sad when my Nationals gave him up, and we got the better of the deal. As hard as that is to believe, because look how bad the Padres ended up being last year. And we got 6 minor leaguers that we had the year before the Soto deal. Our Baseball America rated the Nationals farm system 31st.
Wow.
Bad.
Mm.
Bad. Or 30th, I'm sorry. There's only 30 teams. Dead last. This year, they rated them 8th.
Dang.
And it's mostly because of what we got from the Padres.
Mm-hmm. So,
there you go. Don't be depressed if you lose your guys. The only one I pity is Mike Trout. He's stuck there in L.A. and they gutted the team.
Yeah. Again.
Yep. So, let's get to high school now.
Okay. I have something to bitch about.
Go. Oh, sorry. Hey, just interrupt me. Go. Shut up, loudmouth.
Oh no, we're going right down my alley for high school. So I have a major bitch and complaint.
Go.
There is this new rule in basketball, in high school basketball, that I think really sucks. They've gotten away with the 1-and-1 foul shooting, and they've gone to a standard 2-shot foul. What they do is every quarter you have 5 fouls until you start shooting what would be the bonus. There's no more 1-on-1s. It's all 2-shot fouls, and it was supposed to take away from all these mercy rule games, with the 1-on-1s, and it's just taken the flow away from it. There's no continuity to it. A person who's in the backcourt in the second quarter, or the first quarter even, and they have 5 fouls. They get fouled, they go to the line, shoot 2. It's just I don't understand it. Maybe it'll work on me later, but right now I've gone to a couple games. It just sucks. It slows down the game, and I know they're trying to make the game speed up so that people can get in and get out. But when you have 1-on-1s and you have a 1-point game, and you're going back and forth, there's nothing better than games like that. I don't like this idea of the 2-shot fouls take away the chance of the 1-on-1s, and that just takes an ingredient of the excitement away. I might be wrong, I might be old-fashioned, but I really don't like it.
No, I know. It's good you brought that up. I wouldn't have brought it up. I'm absent-minded, but yeah, I know. Aaron told me about that when I was writing his preview for the Lewistown Sentinel about that. I thought it was weird too when he explained what it was going to be like. And since I don't get out to cover basketball, it's nice to hear from your perspective what you think on it. But you would think with the 5 fouls and the 2-shot fouls, they want to speed up the game. You would think that would slow the game down.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, it's supposed to. I mean, it slows it. It doesn't. What am I trying to say here? I don't know. It just takes the energy, the excitement. It's like something missing. But it keeps a lot of these games. 1-on-1, 1 shot, you get a chance of getting a rebound. It kind of adds to the excitement of the variable, instead of going to the line to shoot 2, and they're going to shoot 2, so you've got to prepare yourself to maybe possibly be up by 2 possessions instead of 1. So it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it might be just me, but it just doesn't seem to have rhythm to it or excitement.
It'll be interesting to see after the season's over what if the coaches would tell you what they thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting a feel for it? Do they like it or not?
Can't really tell, because that's the thing too, is the games were kind of like, within 7. It wasn't really a back and forth, um, game. It was kind of like, um, there's not really a lot of time for a real big run here or there. The games I've been at, um, but I do know it slows it down whenever, I don't know. It's hard to explain without actually being there to watch. You have to go and watch and see what their opinions or different people's opinions are on it. But um, it just doesn't seem to. Um, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be I don't know.
Is it
I
the crowd? How are they reacting to it? Or
yeah, no, they're just kind of there like, what's this? It's all new to them too. It's like, why are they shooting 2 fouls when there's only 5 fouls in the quarter? You know, because they reset it after the first quarter, you get a maximum of 5, and then they start the second quarter with zeros, and then you work up the 5, and totally take out the one-on-one situations.
wow, that's different.
So that's what I mean. It kind of slows it down, if that makes any sense, because you're starting from zero again. Where if a team in the first quarter got 7 fouls, you'd be going one-on-one until the second half. You'd build up that bonus, but here you're restarting each quarter. So
Wow, that'll take some getting used to. From
yeah, and I'm probably gonna make some people mad, but it's just it's not the basketball that I grew up playing, not the basketball that I enjoy watching. It just seems like it's just a excuse to pack up the kids early and get them home. Not really have much excitement. Now, that might change too once everybody gets used to it too. It might be the fact that the teams are just, in their trial period too. But my preliminary comment about it is I don't care for it.
well, hey, at least you're honest.
Mm,
Uh so tell me right now. We're early in the season, but give me a rundown on basketball. What are your thoughts on some of the teams that you've seen in our area this year?
well, I'm very impressed with the boys basketball team from Mifflin County. They lost one here a couple days ago, but it was only by 5 points. And for everything that team has gone through already before the season even started, with some players deciding not to come back and going a different direction, and already have, I believe, 4 wins. I think they're 4-1. Very impressive. The girls are holding their own, from Mifflin County. Juniata girls, look out for them. They have a defense that's averaging, they're holding the other team to under 20 points a game so far this season, and I believe they're 5-0. And they've got Coach Fosselman has some good former players under him that that have you know showed them a lot here in this little bit of time, and the girls are really reacting to it. Um, State College, you're always going to have a great boys team. The girls team is very competitive this year, but the team up in the Center County area that's the one to watch, I believe, will be St. Joe's. They have the former State College girls coach. I forget her name.
Oh, Bethany Irwin.
Yes, Bethany Irwin, and she was there through the glory years of the girls. Every year running up against Lewistown, or then later Mifflin County and Indian Valley. So she's definitely a great leader, and we have one of Lewistown's former top players, Jenny Cunningham's daughter, who played on Mifflin County's team last year. She is playing for the Wolves this year, and she did a great job for Mifflin County last year. So, and I believe they got a girl or two from Bishop Guilfoyle.
Yeah, she got the. I heard it was the Cunningham girl, and she got. I don't know their names. She got two girls from Guilfoyle to come in.
So they're going to be good. Now, Bellefonte girls, Phillipsburg girls, and Bald Eagle girls, they have very young teams. It's going to be a growing year for them. I don't expect much out of them. They all play with heart, but they also have a lot of younger kids. So I believe they can make the playoffs, but at this point, but they just got to keep maturing, taking that one step at a time. On the boys' side, Bald Eagle boys are going to be pretty good. Bellefonte boys are picking up where they left off last year. Starting to get on a little tear here. Lost their first game to Central Mountain, but then got into a real tough battle with Bishop McCourt that went into overtime. And then on Monday they beat a really tough Selinsgrove team. So, you know, that team's going to be doing going to go pretty deep in the playoffs. I'll say so. And that pretty much is it for the rundown on them.
All right, yeah, I mean, there got to be excitement going on here. Like you said, the Mifflin County boys, they've doubled their win total from last year. Already, they were 2-16 last year, and now they're, like you said, 4-1. So Wade Curry told me they got a different attitude this year, and they got his son Jack and some young guys that are stepping up. The Bilger kid is like 6'7". That it's tough to play against 6'7".
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Do you have anything you would like to talk about? I've run my mouth off.
Well, I got a huge list this week of shout outs.
Hold on. You know what we got to do when you have the shout outs. It's called Kenny's theme music, Feeding the Ducks. Just feel the groove. Kenny Barner and his shout outs right here on the press box.
Alrighty.
Go, buddy.
Okay. First shout out goes to the Juniata wrestling team. Yesterday, they took Halifax in a 39-33 victory. Winners were Anthony Mardiaga, Coy Kerstetter, Cody Nickel.
He's just a freshman, the Kerstetter kid.
Really?
Yeah.
He pinned Peyton Thomas late in the second period.
Yeah. He also ran cross country for Jeff Miller this year.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. 139 pounder Colton Rolls won. 152 pounder Ryder Smith, and Harrison Muma won by forfeit. And rounding things out was Kelton Bonnell, who pinned Benjamin Cornwell. So congratulations to all the Juniata kids for picking up the win. Just got this yesterday. Mifflin County girls team, shout out to them. They defeated Redland 56-50. Leading the way was Mackenzie Peachy, finished with 19 points. Also finishing in double digits were Amelia Leister with 12 and Jaylee Bodar tallied 11. So congratulations, girls.
I watched that game last night on the stream.
Seemed like it was a close one.
It was. The one thing I've noticed about the girls, and Aaron mentioned this, is the lack of size. Oh, my God. Well, I watched a game with Dallastown, Kenny, and Dallastown had two girls that towered over Mifflin County.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be their problem this year, is the lack of size. I believe Aaron told me his tallest kid is 5'9".
So do they rely on their speed and their outside shooting for the most part then?
Yeah, I mean, they take a lot of threes. A ton of threes. They hardly, at least the games I've seen, they hardly ever try to push it inside.
Understandable. That's the only thing in basketball you can't teach is height.
You better believe it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Another shout out to the Juniata girls. They obliterated Newport 49-19. Leading the way was Ava Shear with 14. And Reagan Lowry had 9. Grace Reinhold and Miley Landis had 8. And Haley Muma had 6. So they are 5-0, 1-0 in the conference. And tomorrow should be a good game. They go against St. Joe's. So
that will be good.
Should be.
Do you happen to know what St. Joe's record is?
I believe they're undefeated right now as well. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4-0.
All right, that'd be worth seeing.
Yeah. And one of the things we really haven't talked about, but we probably will be here during the season, is I'll tell you what, last year, the Mifflin County Junior High squads were incredibly talented. And it looks like this year, again, it's going to be another year of a tough team to beat, because in two games out, the junior high girls varsity and junior high girls junior varsity are combined 4-0, and they defeated CD the other day 30-23, and some leaders in there were Layla Fetzer, Lily Curry, Olivia Bedleon, and Gracie Kerstetter. So definitely some names to write down, and there'll be ones that you'll be definitely hearing a lot of, I'm sure, throughout the season. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. The next one is here's some familiar name. Jasper Sheps.
Hey.
Basketball player now. He's now with the basketball team after the nice run into football. Him and Grant Reinhold tallied 12 points each the other day as they topped Mount Union 41-28. So congratulations. And I believe I got one more. Okay, yeah. This is for a shout out for the boys team. They dropped their first game, the Selinsgrove, 56-51, but they were led by senior forward Jaden Bilger. You said was big man, 6'7". He's dominant with 22 points. Freshman Jack Curry added 8, and junior Aiden Altivo scored 7. So, this is going to be, I think, some names that are going to be constant throughout the year, too. And that concludes my shout-outs.
Awesome. I would like to find out if Aiden is Mark Ativo's boy. Mark wrestled for Indian Valley. I believe he had Indian Valley, or else maybe it might even have been back at. No, I'm drawing a blank. Indian Valley or late Chief Logan era. You never know. I wondered if it was his, and if it is, I would go, why is he playing basketball? Just kidding. I got a shout out. One shout out.
Cool.
Actually, two. If that's okay.
Sure.
One is last week at the Bearcat Invitational Junior High Wrestling Tournament over the weekend. Mifflin County finished second as a team, and Bentley Felmley won the championship at 108 pounds for the Huskies.
Nice.
That's the one.
Awesome.
My second shout out, it happened on December 7th, my wife's birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and her, the great thing about, guys forget their wives' birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
I can never forget my wife's birthday because she was born on Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh.
Yes. So a shout out to her. Josh Snook said, yes, it is Mark Ativo's boy. So we have to ask Mark why the hell he isn't wrestling.
Oh, they're doing the reverse Hidleys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Mark was he tried to brainwash the kids in basketball, but I think he realizes obviously the Hidley brothers made the right choice.
Definitely.
Hayden now coaching at North Dakota State. Trent, a senior, his last go around at NC State, looking real good at 197. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, but it just goes to show you the age of us, Kenny. I remember Mark being out there on the mat wrestling, and now there's his boy playing basketball.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to go to one of these games, basketball, wheel myself in there and go, hey, you don't know me, but why in the hell aren't you wrestling? Because I used to watch your daddy wrestle. Thank you, Josh, for telling us that. I appreciate it.
Yes, definitely. Thanks.
And thanks for the like, too. So, we covered the whole gambit. We went from high school sports to college sports to pro sports and everything. And I'm still pissed off that the Rams got cheated on Sunday. They played a great game. They were supposed to get killed by Baltimore. They came out there and played a fantastic game, and they lost because a ref missed a block in the back. And before people think I'm crying sour grapes on my team, go look at the highlights and watch the blatant block in the back right in front of the punt returner, right in front of the referee. And it wasn't called. The referee is either blind or senile. I don't know. One of the two. They didn't have a touchdown. But then again, we shouldn't have gave up. We were in the lead. There was a 3rd and 17 on our 21. And Lamar on 3rd and 17 from the 21 threw a touchdown pass.
Oh.
We should never had a guy open. Let a guy get open. But that was still a bad call on the punt return. We still could have lost, but losing like that, just, you know how it is.
Oh, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Oh my God.
If you love your team like I do, to almost to an obsession, you go nuts.
Well, just like that, if you're a Georgia fan, what was that? 3rd down, or was it 4th down? Oh no, that was against somebody else. Or Alabama was playing somebody, and they had a 4th down and 30-some.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Gave up the touchdown.
That just makes you sick, even if you're not a fan of that team that lost.
Well, yeah. Georgia's also, I read, might get screwed in recruiting. Dylan Raiola, the top quarterback in the country, high school, committed to Georgia, and now they think he's going to flip and go to Nebraska.
Jeez.
Because his uncle's assistant coach there.
Mm.
Do you remember Dominic Raiola played for the Lions? Offensive lineman, was an all-pro center.
No, I don't remember.
That's Dylan's father.
Oh, was he like one of the linemen that Sanders ran behind?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
His dad, that's Dominic, went to Nebraska. His uncle went to Nebraska and coaches at Nebraska now.
Mm.
And they think he's going to flip and go to Nebraska.
Mm.
That'll put them up there pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
If he's as good as they say he is. Oh, well. So what do you got coming up this week? What are you covering?
Tomorrow I have a Bellefonte basketball game. And then Friday, I have to look at my schedule, but I'm going to be covering a game on Friday. I'm not sure where. It might be Penns Valley or it might be Juniata County. Depends on who's playing where and what. And then that's it until next Monday. So gonna take Saturday off.
There you go. I got the King of the Mountain for you Friday and Saturday. And I got the Husky Hotline tomorrow if you're in the Mifflin County area on Big Louie 92.9 and AM 670. I have Wade Curry, Mifflin County boys basketball coach on, and I guess he might bring some kids out to talk to.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about their great start to the season. And King of the Mountain, that's it for me. Then it's time, I get my fantasy football lineups in on Saturday night and then watch it Sunday and be disappointed of another week of not being a millionaire.
Well, this is definitely not the week to put any Steelers on your list.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like a MASH unit there now.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna. I think one of my it's called stacking. I'm gonna do the Rams against the Commanders. My God, the Commanders' pass defense stinks. I think that'll be. We'll watch the Rams will score 10 points. Oh hell, that's fun. All right, anything else, buddy?
No, just hope your voice starts to come back. And
yeah, me too.
This show went quicker and quicker. It just seems like we start the show and talk a little bit, and then it's like it's over already.
Yeah, and we promise everybody we'll have guests soon. It's like we had the same problem last year when we got this off the ground. It seems like the holiday time between Thanksgiving and New Year's, just people are busy and don't want to come on. So we'll get them. We'll get them. I'm in the work. We're in the works on getting some people on that'll be different. Working on getting a women's wrestling. Lock Haven on here, see if that can happen. Talk about girls wrestling, women's wrestling. So we'll have some stuff around the corner. All right, that's going to about do it for tonight. Thank you for listening, everybody. For my co-host, Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thank you for listening, as always. Have a great rest of your week and an even better weekend. Take care, everybody. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.